Welcome to the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got Wayne, Ephraim, and Tim in the building. This is our normal time, Thursday night. So hopefully some people got the notifications and hop in, and we have a nice little conversation piece going on tonight. We talk about some of the topics, talking about the Sixers. Uh, um, Here we go. Talking about the Sixers, the scheduling, some of the things about the scheduling about the Sixers. What was the other stuff you said we talking about, Tim?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. The Sixers, they released their schedule. Yes, well, the NBA released their schedule for the entire year. Some key pivotal matchups we're going to talk about. There was a settlement this week with Ben Simmons and the 76ers when he was contesting the $20 million that he lost early in the season. And also, we got LeBron James for at least 2 more years. He signed a 2-year extension. So let's get right into it.
All right, what you got? What's the first thing we talking?
It seems like the Sixers are becoming a team that's more as popular. We got 34 regular nationally televised games, and we actually kicking off the season. We are the first team. We play Boston on the 18th of October. We are the first team that's playing this year. What y'all thoughts? Like, what is the reason behind our popularity? You think is it Harden? Because I don't.
It's a combination. Maxey, I think people think Maxey gonna have a breakout year. You know what I mean? We on paper, we look like we made some moves, so we're gonna have a nice team. So we're gonna see what Embiid does. Embiid's a rising superstar in the league, so time to give him that spotlight. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. We know the Nets is falling apart.
You said Maxey. You think it's a big uproar in the league that think that Maxey's going to be taking this big step up?
I think around. Yeah, I think. Would I say in the league or ones people that's watching, they think Maxey gonna take that next step? But I believe.
Now, I mean, I kind of agree. But sometimes with Maxey, I wonder if it's more of a local, sometimes like the local teams see a young player developing, you know what I'm saying, and get excited about it. Whereas though nationally, like I don't know, because I haven't really like talked to some of the guys I know that's not from around the area and asked them about Maxey. But sometimes some people I know some Philly fans that sit there be like, he's not like this, another case of Philly fans hyping up a Philly player. But I think we all pretty much think Maxey is on the rise. So I agree with you with that. I think the Sixers team is better. I think Harden's going to be better. I think he has incentive to get better because of the contract now set up. And I also think that he's out there working out to get better. I guess so. Is this the team that we gonna have now? So Tobias is here now. Y'all think is there any?
Can't nobody want it? Nobody want Toby?
I'm telling you, Toby contract is going to look really nice around the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Around the deadline, because he only right now he has 2 full years left on his contract. Right. But in February it's only going to be a year and a half, and some people may look like that's an expiring contract the following year. They may look to get rid of him.
So that's incentive for him to ball out.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is, the better Maxey plays, the more tradable he would be for KD.
Oh man, stop.
But nah, they ain't getting that for trade. Now, but honestly, so say if we're balling out and we playing, I agree, Kev. I do like the idea of that too. But say we if we're balling out and Toby's not putting up monster numbers, but he's playing within the constructs of the team, and we're winning because Maxey is balling and Harden's doing what we hope he could do, and Embiid is doing what Embiid do, and the role players are balling. Would y'all be cool with just standing pat if say Toby is just giving you like 17 and 8 or something like that, but we're winning?
If you can get a little more athletic and younger, I trade him.
It's about the playoffs. It's all about the playoffs. What can you do when that team sees you 3, 4, 5 times in a series? I mean, it's one thing to play a team in the regular season, then you don't see them again until another month or two. There's no preparation. But when we already know second round of playoffs, Tobias hasn't been able to get us over the top, and B hasn't been able to do it. So we got a person that is a better shooter or a better scorer, defender, whatever the case may be. I'm making that trade because right now Tobias been here for 3 years. He's proven that he can't take us.
Yeah, I get him out of here.
You saying a better shooter and better scorer? Yeah, of course. If you're talking about making a deal and bringing in a bona fide star, but like to Ethan's point, are you saying like say it's a younger player, but he ain't played in the playoffs before either, and so you saying you just would get rid of this vet who fits if they're I'm saying if they're playing as a cohesive unit, do you still just say we getting rid of them and bringing somebody else in?
You're not making a trade just to make the trade. If you bring them in, you bring them in because it's an upgrade. You're not doing a lateral move because that cohesiveness, I do believe is important. But if you can get a better star,
I mean, if you get younger, I'm going younger, man. If I can get younger,
so you're just saying younger, but not necessarily better right now, just younger. You would take that
younger, more athletic, but not. Toby ain't that great to me, but not better right now. But if
I get what you're saying, if you're saying he's not that great,
more athletic, and a big wing 3-and-D, I do the trade.
If it makes the team better, I'll be down with it. But
I think we can have enough score. I need somebody to D up, lock up, rebound, stuff like that. But real quick, y'all think Skip Bayless was out of line for Bronny James for coming at Bronny James like that?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, he knew better. He got so much flack. Even Jalen Rose came at him. He knew better.
Yeah, leave Bronny alone, man. Come on, I know you hate the Pops, man, but man, you get to keep kids off limits.
Then he tried to come back and say, "My wife told me I was wrong." You knew you was wrong. Don't try to use your wife as a reason.
Why your wife gotta tell you was wrong? You out of pocket. See this is my issue with a lot of these, and that's why I like I like the fact that these players are doing more podcasts like Draymond and like Vince Carter got to join it. I like that the players are doing it because these media dudes get out of pocket, with a lot of stuff, especially now because now all media wants to shock you. Because it's so many forms of media. So now everybody wants to shock you by talking outrageous stuff and have you respond to it. And it's disrespectful. Like, why are you talking about that man kid like that?
Yeah, because LeBron don't even acknowledge his existence.
He don't.
And I think that's what probably really makes him piss him off.
He don't. I don't think he's ever said his name before. What about Shannon? He ever acknowledged Shannon? Shannon's showing much love. I don't know if you ever acknowledged Shannon Sharp either. But to acknowledge Shannon, you might have to acknowledge Skip. So
he does, but Skip is a figment of his imagination. You don't even acknowledge him at all. What's the importance of the Sixers getting chosen to play on Christmas Day, the December 25th? Like one of 4 teams.
Wait, real quick, before you say that, Kev. So, are you excited about saying the Sixers play Boston? That's the season opener, right? Sixers Boston. Are y'all excited about it?
Oh yeah, because
I think we need to win too. To be honest with you,
the first game of the season, you talking like it's a must win?
It's a tough. We start off.
It'd be a little statement because Boston.
Oh no, it would. But then again, it also is a matter of if they win it, then it's like, it's one game.
If you get waxed, you looking at everybody sideways.
Do y'all see our schedule? Our schedule is brutal. It's brutal. I know everybody plays all 82 games, but we finish the season. And it's a brutal schedule at the end of the season.
Stop. I mean, honestly, to me, it don't. I think it's more brutal if you got top heavy, because when teams coming into the league and everybody has that hope of getting this, that, and other. Once you get later on the season, you never know who's going to get injured or who's going to make trades and everything else. Like I don't worry so much about that. I don't, even with football, basketball, any sport, I don't worry so much about the end of the schedule at the beginning of the season, because you never know what's going to unfurl. Now, once you get to that point and you start getting there, if them teams living up to what you expected that they was going to do, then you might start like, all right.
Football is a little different though. Every game a lot of these games important in football. You can't really take anything. So.
But even in football, how many times you see a team and it's like football is the one sport where a team could be trash the one year and then all of a sudden they like up at the top of the ratings at the next year. Like football is the sport, I think, more than any other where you can get that kind of topsy-turviness.
Turn around quick like that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like you might have a team coming in and it's like you expect, they're gonna be this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden it's like 1 or 2 injuries and they're at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, but we trying to get playoff seeding, and it's coming down between Boston and the Bucks, and we got to play Boston and we got to play Boston, Milwaukee, Toronto, Miami.
How you know it's coming down between Boston and the Bucks? Suppose Toronto balls out and Toronto's the top team in the East.
Toronto's going to be in nearby. Right now, the way it stands, the three top teams in the East right now looks like it's going to be. It appears to be Boston, Milwaukee, and the Sixers.
And that's my point. By the end of the season, you don't know what it's going to be at because you have injuries. You have some people. Sometimes you have a player regress. I mean, for the Sixers, if Maxey comes out and balls out like how we hoping that he will, and develop like how we hoping that he will, and Harden's playing the way that like similar to when he first went to Brooklyn. You expecting the Sixers to be in the top of the ratings, in the top. But then suppose B get hurt or Harden or whatever else, it ain't gonna be the same looking at. That's why I'm saying I don't focus so much down the end of the season until at least you get past the middle of the season.
Yeah, but you know the way that the Sixers is built in the last few years, they've been a 50-win team, so you pretty much know that they're gonna be an upper echelon team.
You think the first game is a must win?
We got Boston and Milwaukee the first two games.
Bro, it's 82 game season. Y'all say the first game is a must win?
I think it make a statement. to the league. You got to put the league on notice. Listen, all this practicing, y'all hyping Harden up, new Harden, all this practicing. We better ball and win.
But
at least hold on. Don't make it a good game. Don't get whacked.
What's up, Emil? But see, this is my thing. You saying serve notice. I don't care about serving notice to the league. I care about the team continuously getting better throughout the year. So if we get thumped in the first, I'm not panicking in no first game or first two games of the season. If we get thumped, like, oh, we trash. I don't know. That's just how I work. It's an 82 game season. I'm not panicking after one game.
All right.
I thought that Christmas Day game, I wish we wasn't playing the Knicks. I think the Knicks are. I wish we was playing somebody like a real rival team. Like
you don't think the Knicks gonna be that good?
And who we play Christmas Day?
At 12 o'clock, we play the New York Knicks in MSG.
And the Eagles play, don't they?
The Eagles play the night before that Saturday, so that whole weekend is gonna be nice.
Trey Maxey and Toby for K-Day. I would do that.
I'd do it. They're not gonna do it though.
They're not gonna do it. But I might go ahead and do that.
I ain't going front. I'm still stuck on that. I could go either way with it. They just better be right. If they whatever way they go with that, they better be right.
That'd be nice.
Yo, did they lock the book? Oh no, I thought something said they locked up Aqib Talib.
They locked up his brother.
Okay, I thought it was a breaking news. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, that's right. What they did to Deshaun Watson too.
He might go to jail next though. Real quick. I just seen it, but Aqib Talib, he was out of pocket. I mean, definitely might go after him and sue him. I know this probably part of the Aqib Talib was out of line swinging on that ball in the football game. Shouldn't have done it, bro. You're a star athlete.
Who did he swing on? The coach?
He sucker punched the ball that got killed.
Oh, so he swung on the coach. And the coach came back and hit him, or what happened?
They say he started the fight that led to his brother shooting the youth coach. He threw the first punch that led to the shooting. Gotta be a little.
I mean, I'm not justifying what he did. I'm not justifying what he did, but his brother that was his brother. That's on his brother. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't. Yeah. That's a messed up situation.
It is. But man, you dude got killed in front of his son and stuff like his 9-year-old. I think his 9-year-old son was out there.
Little boy lost his dad over a football game.
Yeah, that's sad. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said. Yeah, the article says he threw the punch that started the brawl. It's not Talib Kweli. That's the rapper.
Yeah. So, also, what happened this week is Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers reached a settlement agreement on the grievance that the All-Star guard filed to recoup a portion of his $20 million contract that was being withheld.
So, who do you think didn't want to see it? Who do you think didn't want to let the cat out the bag, Ben or the Sixers?
It doesn't matter. I mean, he was.
The Sixers just want to get it over with.
Yeah.
I'd have wrote it out. I'd have fought it too. You know how when you're trying to sue, like maybe you was in an accident and it's like a big company, a big corporation, and you might win, but then they just try to put it in litigation forever. I'd have kept Ben Simmons in litigation forever. But I think it's kind of like, remember we y'all was talking about last year about how other teams, other players might look at it like, yo, that team goofy. Like, why is they holding up the bull money? The Sixers is better off as an organization just getting it done with, like settling up and getting it done with. But I would have rather see him get nothing, because that he's nutty, bro. Any dude that do some stuff like that, that's nutty.
He had a mental health.
The Sixers made their point.
I don't want mental health. If he had that much mental health, then he shouldn't be playing in the league.
The Sixers made their point, though. They made their point.
They did.
I think he at least got half, if not 12 to 15 million at a time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, no matter what, I don't care how much you make it, you get 12 million out your pocket, especially since he probably ain't ever going to have that kind of contract again. And who do you think will ever give him that kind of money again?
All he got to do is play well.
Nope, because people ain't going to trust him. Ain't nobody going to trust him.
It
do matter.
He has 3 more years left on his contract. You mean to tell me if he plays for the next 3 years, he's not going to get a brand new contract?
He got to play for that. Just like
he's going to. He is who he is.
Situation. He in the Jalen Hurts situation. Hurts on the contract. He playing for that money, so it's bad.
But it's a little different when you're talking about mental. It's a little different when you're talking about the way that he doing this stuff. Like, that's just like, you don't think the Nets is tired of him? Like, they said, like, how he quit their team chat because they kept asking, like, yo, so you coming in game 4, right? Because remember, he was the one hyping all that. So instead of just answering them, he left the whole chat because he ain't want. There's no way as a professional athlete I'm trying to ball with no dude like that.
He had back surgery. There was the issue with his back.
Yeah, he got a back, all right. He got a yellow stripe running down it.
I think once KD found out he don't love ball like KD love ball, all KD love is ball. He don't got no woman. He don't got that. No, it's just ball with him.
Yeah.
And when he found out Ben don't love ball like that, I don't know if they're gonna be able to mesh.
Hey, I don't believe that. I don't believe that it was a lie. When you hear from all these, he said that Ben Simmons tweeted and said that him leaving the chat was a lie. You got all these sources on the team saying that he did leave it. I don't trust you. Trust me. Please tell me you don't still trust Ben Simmons. Hey, wasn't Ben Simmons saying he was going to play game 2, going to play game 3, play game 4? Like, I don't trust nothing that come out of Ben Simmons' camp.
I don't know about that either.
So Bleacher Report, they read an article of best kept secrets for each team. And so they said the best kept secret on Sixers roster. Can y'all guess who they mentioned?
The boy we got from Memphis.
They got Paul Reed.
They put Paul Reed as the best kept secret?
Yeah, they said the 6'9", 210-pounder doesn't bring much size to the center position, but he compensates for that with the skill and spring-loaded athleticism. He has playmaking ability. They say he has playmaking ability at both ends, and he's barely broken a sweat at the level yet. Here's the key, though. They said that they recognize he has foul trouble, but they said per 36 minutes he would average 15 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. He just got to get his control of not getting the foul trouble.
I want to see him make that leap, man. I want to see him make
this
that
might
leap.
Be it.
I think part of him with the foul trouble is just because it's like whenever he gets in there, he has to go. If you remember, like in the playoffs, remember he wasn't it like one of them games and he was like a crazy foul trouble, whatever, and then Doc was like he got to kind of calm down some. But it seemed like when he knew he was going to have regular minutes, it seemed like he played more under control.
Yeah. And Tyrese youngboyed him a few times. He was like, yo, calm down. Like, you don't got to react. Like, it's okay. Sometimes you got to if you know that you're in foul trouble, don't try to block the shot. Just let them lay the ball up. That's where he don't get through his
But I don't necessarily think that that's not him getting it. I think you got to remember, even when Doc was putting DeAndre Jordan in there instead of him, and DeAndre Jordan was stinking. So then it's like, if you feel like this coach keep, like they critiquing you every little bit, and now because the fans are in the uproar, let's get it twisted. I don't think that the fans always dictate stuff, but I think the fact that the fans and other people, talking heads, was talking so much about how bad DeAndre Jordan was playing, the Sixers was forced to put Paul Reed in there because Doc still didn't want him in there. Remember how Doc was talking? Doc ain't want him in there.
DeAndre Jordan was done. He was
Doc
cooked.
gonna be a little. Doc gonna be a little. You gotta see how he do this year. You gotta see how he do this year, man. Doc on. Yeah. He on a short leash too, man. Doc on a short leash.
I agree.
I don't think so.
I still think Sixers got some more moves to make. We got to do something with Shake and Cork. I think we got to figure out what we're gonna do with them. So I think they got a couple more moves they got to make.
Yeah, I do think that's just like even like y'all was saying about Toby. I think Toby could be going too but see, I don't want to make a trade just for the sake of trade. Like now I don't necessarily think that we're gonna be the best team in the East. But if Bede is balling out and Maxey balling out and Harden is balling out like we expect, and Tobias is being solid and playing along, I don't necessarily want to make a trade just to say for the sake of making a trade. Like at some point, if he's being solid with the team, I don't want to just make the trade. Just say, oh well, we gonna trade him just to get better, because it ain't always getting better.
Yeah. Y'all here, we got 20 people listening right now. Hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, and hit that notification button.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Now the boy LeBron James at age 37, he'll be 38 in December, signed a 2-year extension. So he's gonna be playing into his 40s. Still top 10 in the league right now.
He is. I can't even hate.
He is.
I don't understand LeBron get a lot of hate. I don't know why. I don't understand the hate LeBron get. Still playing at a tremendously high level to be his age. Yeah. I know he said he's trying to hang around till his son gets in the league, but Lakers ain't had no choice. He had the Lakers back against the wall, man.
I know why LeBron get a lot of hate.
Why?
LeBron gets a lot of hate now. Like I'll admit, I used to be a person that, like, it was like the way that they was hyping him early on, and I didn't think he was ready yet, and I thought guys was overhyping him. I didn't think he had the heart and mind. But when I go back and look at it, he was a young boy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how come now, if you ever notice when I'm talking about players, and I'll be like, they kids. You know what I'm saying? Like we forget they be coming out of college or out of high school like 17, 18 years old, and they might be in the league like 3-4 years, but they still kids. Dang, somebody getting attacked. But but that being said, I think that a lot of people still hate on Bron now are the people that hated on him before, and it's like you don't want to be proven to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So now you're rooting against him. Like now they try to find everything to nitpick against him with stuff because they was ripping against him so much early on. Because I'll be honest, like it to me that series when Golden State beat I think it was the series when Golden State beat Bron. I had an issue with Bron the first year. I had an issue because I felt like Bron kind of tapped out because he was exasperated, and they actually had a chance to try to come back and win that game because J.R. Smith all of a sudden got hot. But then after that, when you sit there and you think about, like, he really was carrying that team.
Do you see
like,
the roster
been nowhere near that
finals?
Huh?
That roster he took to the finals in Cleveland that first time.
First of all, no, I'm not talking about that year. I'm not talking about when he was a young bull against San Antonio. I'm talking about when he went against Golden State and when Golden State beat him. But that being said, man, if you look at what he did as a young buck and all this stuff, if you hating on what that man does as a player, and like y'all said, at this age, still to play at that level, like that's just hating. If you don't see him as one of the top, I'm gonna say top 2, but just off the, if you don't see him as a top 5 player, top 4, top 3 player, then that's just hate.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't want to admit it. They don't want to give him that. And he hooked up other people. He made other people millionaires. He didn't. Some bulls like Jay-Z, where he wanted to be the top dog and nobody around him is making money. He let everybody around him from Cleveland. He let them eat. I got all the respect for LeBron James.
Yeah, he did. He set a lot of people up, man. He's setting up his family for generations. He's setting up his friends and everybody. He did a lot. He did. I can't hate on him. Even
that's what I'm saying. Like
he set up the agent. What's the agent name?
Yeah, wasn't that his like high school teammate or something like that? Rich Paul.
No, he met
or his buddy from high school or something.
He met him. I think dude used to sell jerseys. He was like a hustler though. He was
Okay.
a hustler. He met him. Oh, my dog over there loose.
So
Sixers.
Go ahead. What you say?
No, go ahead. I'm about to say something about the Eagles, actually.
I was gonna start a little Eagles. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay. Go ahead. Jump into that Hurts. Jump into that Eagles.
So Eagles season is beginning. We're right now they're practicing with the Browns. Realistically, what are your expectations of the Philadelphia Eagles 2022-2023 campaign? Sitting here today, what is the record that you're expecting them to be? What are you expecting from the offense, defense? Just tell me.
I want 10 wins. What is it, 17? 10 and 7. I want 10 wins. 10 and 11 or 10 or 11 wins.
With a 10 and 7 season.
Huh?
You would be satisfied with 10 wins.
What we get last year? 9?
I think we were 9 and 8.
I'll end 11. I might need 11. We need 11. I want to win a division too.
Division is important to me. I don't want to go in as a wild card. I want to be a division.
No, I want to win. I want at least 11.
I think we have enough talent that we should have 11 or 12 wins, especially in this division. I think the Eagles actually are stacked with talent. I think how far we get depends on the quarterback, because the quarterback has weapons around him now. He don't necessarily everybody know how I feel about his arm, and I don't think his arm's the strongest, but I think they got enough weapons around him where they can make it work. You got bona fide receivers and guys that can catch the ball and make stuff happen afterwards. And he can, and I'm not saying that he has to be a game manager, because I think he could be a little more than a game manager, but I think I'm saying that now during the season, I'm looking at it and the coach is calling trash plays, or receivers is dropping passes, or the defense is just giving up all kind of stuff. I'm going to rip them. But as of right now, it looks like they made needed adjustments throughout the roster. And now it's just for the quarterback to take that next step.
Only one spot concerns me on this team.
Running back?
Yeah, running back.
Which one? Running back.
Running back.
You don't know what you're getting from Miles. I don't know what the young boy is yet. Everybody's saying they like the young boy. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Miles Sanders stay hurt. He had a hammy, so you don't know what you're going to get from him. So,
Gainwell.
Yeah, everybody's saying they like Gainwell, but we'll see. Running back position concerns me a little bit. I think they should have made a Kareem Hunt trade.
That's what I'm about to say. You think Kareem Hunt would be a good option right now? Because he's really disgruntled. He's a disgruntled running back.
He's still a good back.
Yeah.
He behind the
Cleveland, right?
Yeah, but the running back he behind is a monster.
Yeah, what's up? And that's your squad. How you don't remember? What's his name?
I can't think of his name, but he got hurt last year. He missed a couple games.
Yeah.
But
that's the funny thing about the running back situation. A lot of these dudes get hurt. I'm not hurt like how Miles get hurt a lot, but you got to have running back by committee for the most part. You don't really got. It's like maybe 2 or 3 stud running backs. That's Chubbs, Nick Chubb. Yeah.
My only concern is the safety is concerned, but I want to see what this defensive coordinator, his play calling, because they say he's this subject matter expert. He came highly recommended. I want to see what he do, what the play calling he do, because he has the players now. So for me, there's no excuses for him. I mean, before he was like he had the scheme because the running game was the blocking game was suspect a little bit. So now I want to see what he do.
I heard they're mixing a little 3-4 too.
They are
mixing a little 3-4 in there, yeah.
Now, what I was told, and I don't know if it's true, man, even was talking about this the other day. They said they ran a 3-4 all last year. We didn't realize it. Did y'all see that?
I must not.
They ain't running a whole 3-4 all last year. I don't believe that. No,
I didn't.
They wasn't running one. They wasn't. He said Emo saying 3-4 is the base. I heard when the rookie comes in, they say switching it to 3-4.
What the D tackle?
Yeah.
So what? Fletcher Cox is going to the DN.
I don't know. I heard when he came in, they was mixing up with the 3-4 because the dude from names is just killing me right now. The boy from Carolina he's a linebacker. Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
Hassan Reddick is really a linebacker. He's not a. He's not an end. So he plays a lot of linebacker.
I felt like the Eagles had a lot of 2 tackle sets though last year. I felt like they had like a lot of 2 tackle sets.
They did. They had a lot of 4 down linemen.
Remember that's what I'm saying. Where was this 3-4 that they was saying like they was running out? It seemed like they ran a lot of like nickel type defense, like where you had the 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers, or dime where you had a 1 linebacker and a bunch of D-backs. That's what it seemed like they ran a lot of last year, in my opinion.
But I like the addition of I like the D. I like Bradbury and Slay.
You know what I don't like a little? The Bulls kind of he's having a bad preseason or training camp. Our backup quarterback. They say he's not playing well at all. Minshew. They may need to go and get a legitimate backup quarterback because in the NFL, the quarterback can go down at any time. And my expectation is for us to continue winning.
Who's out?
Get a backup like who? You first of all,
Cam Newton. You want Cam back here back him up?
Are you going to bring in somebody like a Cam Newton to sit when this is Jalen Hurts? This is like the year for him. Do you put that kind of pressure on him, bringing in a Cam Newton to sit behind him?
I just want a quality backup quarterback.
Cam ain't fight for the starting job.
He might not fight for a starting, but you tell me if you bring in a player, if you have we know how it is. Like if you have a young player and he's trying to find his way, and you trying to build stuff up around him, and then you bring in this vet. Remember we had Mike Vick. Who was the quarterback when Mike Vick was here?
The boy we drafted in the second round, Kevin
Cobb. Oh, no, wait. No, wasn't it Nick? Wasn't it Nick Foles and Mike Vick or Nick Foles came after Mike? Nick Foles came after Mike. But yeah, remember, because Kevin Cobb, because they got rid of Kevin Cobb, they got rid of McNabb and went to start Kevin Cobb, and then Vick came in and took the spot.
When Chip Kelly was here, it was Chip Kelly. He had Nick Foles and Mike Vick competing.
Hey, email, you saying Cam 36 in the threat? How old is Tom Brady?
He said Cam ain't a threat. He said Cam ain't a threat.
No, I'm saying he's not a threat. But if you're telling me that it won't be some kind of if they're in practice and you're looking at this vet quarterback who's been to the Super Bowl, been an MVP type player and everything else, and he's making some plays in practice, and your quarterback is running through a rough spot, you don't think that people look at that and that it starts? We already know how Philly is with the backup quarterback anyway. So I mean, if Jalen can handle that pressure, that's fine. But to me, I think that's putting a lot of pressure on him.
I think Cam will more or less take him under his wing and try schooling.
Yeah, anything can happen. And I don't trust Minshew, to be honest with you. I'm just not a big fan of him.
I mean,
so what do you think that Cam? So we talking about Cam out the league and Cam is it? So what do you think Cam will do then? You think he'll upgrade?
Well, I didn't say Cam, but I'll take him over Minshew.
I don't know. I don't know. Minshew ain't that bad.
That's all I'm saying. If Cam's not this great upgrade over him, then what's the point?
Tim think Minshew's having a bad season. I don't know what's going on with that.
They said he having a bad camp. They say he don't look too good in camp.
We'll see. He might get through it.
They say.
But all I'm saying is, how great do you think that Cam? Because you're talking about Cam coming in as a backup. Minshew is a backup. So that's all I'm saying. Sometimes you can't have it both ways. Don't tell me you bringing in Cam because you feel like he's a better player, but then also, well, Cam ain't that great where he ain't going to threaten the quarterback. Like, if he's playing solid, if he's good enough to where though, if Cam Newton has to quarterback the team, do you think the Eagles can still win?
I don't know. I don't know.
If Hurts get hurt,
hopefully Hurts get hurt,
Cam Newton quarterback, do you think Cam Newton could take the team to win?
I do, because he's a veteran and he has weapons.
So then, if Hurts is not playing well, do you bench him and bring in this player that you're telling me who's good enough for them to win with?
I think Hurts gonna play well.
I get that, but I'm saying this to say
you're not benching Hurts getting through the season,
right? But I'm just saying this to say if Hurts struggles and say he gets hurt for a game or two, and then I'm just saying that's pressure on him. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. I'm just don't tell me that you think that this player can take the team to win And so you want to bring him as a backup because you think he could take the team to win. But then you're telling me if our starting quarterback is struggling, you're not going to be people are not going to clamor for this backup to come in. If this backup is somebody you think can win.
They tried to do it a little bit with Minshew last year, and it wasn't even an option. You're developing Jalen. Hurts is on the other side of 36. His future is more so as a backup quarterback moving forward. That's just what it is.
Cam.
Yeah, Cam.
I mean, I hear you. And I'm not sold on Minshew either. I think Minshew's arm is even weaker than Jalen Hurts' arm. So I'm definitely not sold on Minshew.
Yeah, but they say he was tossing trash.
We'll see. I'm looking forward to that first game, though. I'm excited about the season.
I'm saying 12 wins this year.
Okay, I'll say 11.
I'm saying 12. If we go 12-5, I'm satisfied. Winning the division and win 2 playoff games. I know there's a lot of expectations for a young team.
All I'm saying is we talking about how good the team's supposed to be. We talking about how good this team is supposed to be. So if they're not good, let's just keep it a bean and blame who it really is. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Well, all of a sudden, Sirianni got to get most of the blame.
If his players getting open and his receivers and the quarterback getting the ball there and the receivers dropping, I'm going to blame the receivers. But if his plays that's there and the quarterback leaving the pocket early, like he's still showing a tendency to do, I'm going to blame the quarterback. Because we do have in my opinion, we have a receiving core now. This is the best receiving core we had in a while.
All right. Now, before we got out of here, one thought. A couple months ago, we was talking about this, or a couple of years ago, we was talking about how the Sixers organization wasn't a team that players wanted to come to. But now we see that Harden fought tooth and nail to get here. KD put the Sixers on his teams that he would like to play for. Has the Sixers become a team that players want to come to? Like, are we a popular destination right now? Have we turned the corner on that? Remember, a couple years ago, we had all this money for free agency. We had enough to get two max players. Nobody came.
Well, I think we're in a different position now because now you have a player that's an MVP candidate in Embiid.
I think Embiid was an MVP candidate then.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He wasn't an MVP candidate that year when you're talking about the year. You're talking about the year before we got Jimmy. That's the year. Remember, that was the year before that. The year when Brett ended up being the GM in the preseason. That was the year because it was like right before that. And he's like, "Yeah, we got the money for 2 and he was like hinting like they was gonna get Paul George and LeBron. Like that was that season. That was before that season. Embiid wasn't playing at an MVP level then.
Embiid was averaging over 25 points then.
That's not that season. That season following that statement, he wasn't. That season wasn't the season when Embiid balled out like that. That was a year we still started the season with like Sarge and what's his name? Robert Covington. That was that season that he said that going into that off season.
So what was that 2017, 2018?
The year before we got Jimmy is when he made that statement. And then we proceeded to go into free agency and ain't signed nobody because Paul George went, like they all went where they was going to go. Nobody wanted to come here. But it was going into that season where he was talking all that. Oh yeah, we are the prize because that's when everybody started saying because that's when we made the playoffs and we got past the first round and beat the Nets and all that.
No, I think I'm not mistaken. He averaged about 25, 26 points a game like the last 5 years.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think
he ever was like a 22, 23 or something like the
yes,
first
he was. He was 22. He was 22.
First couple of years. But 4 or 5 years ago, he still was averaging 25 points. We couldn't get people to come. We had the money. But now I think Doc Rivers being here to me, as well as I
think James Harden being here makes a difference. When you have, we say we want, but James Harden carries a cachet. That name, James Harden. You have James Harden and Joel Embiid, then it automatically bring. And then when you look at Maxey developing the way that he is, people looking at that triumvirate and like, I could go there and just be a piece of that puzzle.
Yep.
Like you have vets when it comes. That's why you have somebody like PJ Tucker and Daniel. Like you'll have some of these guys that want to come here because it's like, well, I could just be there and be like remember when Brian and them had that. People was like they could just go there, just be a piece, and be in there. They ain't expected to carry the team.
Yeah, that was right before Brian signed with the Lakers.
Yeah,
flew out there to meet him, and Brian didn't even come meet him. He sent his people out there.
Exactly.
He played Brown in that.
Ron was on a cruise. I think they say he was on like a yacht, and Rich Paul, he sent his representatives.
Yeah.
Like Rich Paul's special assistant.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to embarrass me. Like, all right, we'll send the Sixers. He already knew he was going to LA.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited.
Oh, hold on, you right, Tim. He did in his third season. He averaged 27.5, but I don't think
that's what I'm talking about.
But that was 18 and 19.
That's when, they were.
That's the year Jimmy. That's the year we had Jimmy, right?
We traded for Jimmy. Was it?
Yeah, I think that's the year we traded for Jimmy, and Jimmy came in. If I'm not mistaken.
Year before, right before that, we were trying to get Kawhi, and they traded him to Toronto. Yeah,
because that year, so the year that he scored 27 is the year that we ended. Right, the year that we got, the year that when he was throwing the when he had the 27 points a game, that was the year when we ended up trading and bringing him. That's what I'm saying. The year before that is when Brett Brown was talking about bringing in these free agents, and nobody wanted to come in here.
But the year before, how much he averaged?
Like 22, I think. Hold up, I'll tell you in a second.
I think it was like 25. He always been like a high 25.
No, because after the 20 year, he had 27. He averaged 23 because he fell back.
I don't know what happened there.
He averaged 20 his first year, 22.9 the second year, and then after that, his third year was 27.5, and that was the year when we ended up bringing Jimmy and them in.
So Herbert, what's up?
Herb, you coming on when we about to get off? Hit that like button.
Hey, listen, email if Hurts throw 30 TDs, I'm all on board. Hey, I can't ask for nothing more than that. I don't necessarily see that happening. I
see 35 to 40. Okay.
Guess what? This is my whole point. No, wait, because y'all talking all that, right? And they do that. So I don't want to hear none of that if he don't throw that. Like, oh, see, the receivers was trash. They wasn't getting open for him. I don't want to hear none of that.
Well, if they dropping balls, they just not.
Nope. I want to hear.
So if they drop balls, it's his fault.
Maybe he ain't putting the ball in time. I already told you if the receivers dropping the ball, I'm gonna put the blame on the receivers.
All right, this is cool. We here, we ready. We got 2 more months before the regular season begin. But we got less than a month before Eagles
football in a few weeks, ain't
it?
Yeah.
So
we'll be here after the Eagles games. Come join us.
Y'all picking for Super Bowl? Y'all got any favorites?
I don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't really analyzing around the league.
I know the Chargers manned up a lot, but we gotta see what their young teams, young quarterbacks, see what they're gonna do. But
I'm scared of the Bills. The Bills look for real.
So,
all right. Well, y'all, thanks for watching.
Real quick. This is why I hate how preseason is now. Remember how before you could watch preseason and actually see what the starters look like? Like now it's like they play like one series and then they're out. And they only play 3 preseason games. So it's like you can't even really analyze how good certain people are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Around the league, I don't want to watch no other team play when they got backups in there the whole game.
Yeah. But you went to the game last week with backups. You have a problem, did you? Did you have a problem last week when they were playing with backups?
Yeah, I got bored. The offense bored me. I got bored with the offense. Me and my son started talking life.
After the first couple of series, ain't nothing. Turn the game.
Now I did like looking at certain players on defense and see what they were doing, but other than that, it's like the offense when you ain't got to starting quarterback and starting players in there. Like what are we watching?
I get that. All right, but I'm excited. We're gonna catch y'all next Thursday. We'll be here next Thursday, 9:30, same time, same channel. Hit that like button before y'all get out of here. Hit that like button and hit that notification bells right there. Hit the notification bell so you know exactly when we getting on.
9:30. Remember?
9:30 for most of us. 9:45 for Ethan.
Yeah.